Greetings everyone, BJ Wildout back with you for some more Guild Wars here. It's the birthday Guild Wars today. Officially launched 16 years ago. So we're going to do some celebrating by playing the damn game. Alright, let's rock and roll. Everybody can watch Fury carry. Although these missions aren't that difficult. I usually have no issue with them. Boop.
Here comes trouble.
Yes, indeed. Oh, wait a minute.
I'm busy.
Okay, I do. Oh, I have to talk to him. That's it. All right, I just have to talk to him. So I got to meet. Livy and Gadd. Where are they at? Okay, they're out there. All right, we got to go this way. They're already out there. So basically what I'm doing today, I'm trying to run what, for those of you who are not aware, way back in 2015, I started new characters in the game for the 10th anniversary of Guild Wars. So what I decided to do was where are you going? We gotta go this way. What are you doing? Oh frick, you know what? I didn't change my skill bar. Son of a... Yeah, this is going to be amusing because this is not the skill bar I wanted to use here. Yeah, absolutely classic. Hey, at least I got the light of Deldrimore, so we can find the hidden treasures. For God's sake, I'm gonna be practically useless now. Anyway, as I was saying, so this is one of the characters. This is the character I started in 2016. For Faction's 10th anniversary, but I started a Ranger in Prophecies and a Dervish in Nightfall. And basically what I wanted to do was replay each of the campaigns completely, start to finish, with a brand new character again for the birthday celebrations. So I started that back in 2015. With what I call the Tyrian Adventures, and then, of course, in 2016, in April 2016, I started the Canthan Adventures. And the Elonian Adventures. And so once I finished up those three series, playing through the game completely. Cat died again. I started what I decided to finally call Adventures of the North here, and take those three characters through Eye of the North here. So what I ended up doing was taking each one through each of the different legs. So Farazen here went through the Far Shiver Peaks. He did all the Far Shiver Peaks stuff. My Ranger from Prophecies, obviously, he did the Char Homelands. And then I sent my Dervish into the Tarnished Coast to do the Azora stuff. But what I didn't realize was that I actually have to, in order to do the final two missions, A Time for Heroes in the Battle with the Destroyer. I don't know. This is the only heal I got. You actually have to complete each of the three main quests from each of the three different areas. So that's kind of what I'm doing now, is taking each of the three guys through the other two areas. Just through the main quests. That way I can get them all lined up here to do A Time for Heroes. To finish off my actual official adventure series, Adventures of the Vanguard series. Beck, I didn't see you. Now I'm really unimpressed. I love Gadd.
Be careful.
I know. The importance of this mission to Shining Blade cannot be stressed enough. We must all make sacrifices. It's sealed by Mystic Wards, Gadd, so you can open it, etc., etc. Oh, wait a minute. What do I gotta do now? We've got to go collect the inscribed stuff now. Alright. God, I only did this, what, less than a year ago, and I've already forgotten this one already. Yes, it wasn't too long ago that I did Bloodstone. Alright. Yeah, so I've got a complete, well, fairly complete, I think, catalog of the game now. Once we get Eye of the North wrapped up, and the ironic part is that I'm actually going to finish Eye of the North with these characters, and I still have not yet finished Eye of the North on any of my main characters. I've taken through all the campaigns and stuff. It's your birthday! Actually, no, I did. Frickin', I don't have any of it. And I tucked away all the consumables, too. Oh my god, I am just... We gotta go a couple of these here. These are like super... I've already had like half a dozen of senior moments already this morning. This is bad. This is bad. All right, so did we get one? All right, we got one. That's not what I want. Where's the next one? All right, back that way. Oh, Windblade Spear. Take that. I might as well get something, right? Is there no chesties? Nope, no chesties yet. But Fury here, a.k.a. Cat Kumi, a.k.a. Nader in chat, has been probably my original, my longest follower here during my streaming tenure. So if you go back and watch any of the old, most of them are on YouTube now, but I've got all the adventure series on YouTube. I've got, because I was actually streaming on my Extra Life channel. Or the channel I actually use for fundraising for Extra Life now. I originally started streaming on that, so a lot of the old episodes are over on that. They're actually not on, the VODs aren't on this channel. But you'll see that she carries me through a lot of this stuff. Because I use completely less than ideal builds. When playing the game, I always just pick, oh, this looks cool, this looks fun, let's see how far we get with this whacked out build. Alright, the last one is that away. Okay. Less than ideal, exactly, yeah. It's not quite the meta. I kind of go off meta, just a hair. Sweet. Yes, I know. I feel the eye calling me. I have to finish these other missions first. But yeah, I'm glad to finally get back here. At least at least for this week, to partake in some Guild Wars for a while. Because I've been playing ever since the launch. You know, I think I only took a break, a serious break for maybe a week or two back in back around 2009, when this account got hacked by RMTs and was stripped of a lot of stuff. But that's really been the only break I've taken from the game. I've played, you know, my playtime right now is cut back. It's cut back a lot over the last few years, but I'm still pretty active in it on a regular basis. Oh yeah, I can go talk to him too, can't I? Ha.
Why are you bothering me?
Because you're standing there with a big old green exclamation point over your head. That's why. Let me see here. We are looking at 12,000 hours. Worst security ever. Yeah, well, it took me, I think it took me 2 years. I think it was 2 years later I finally found out. Yeah, how long have I... Wow, I've actually done this character now. And this is, like I said, this character I created in 2016. April of 2016. So I've got 261 hours on him. And I've just used him essentially just for the adventure series. But I actually traced it back. I think Gadd has to... Here we go. Gadd has to get over here to the inscription stone. And then I think he has to open that. But, oh, talk to Gadd. Here we go. Hello, Gadd.
Why are you bothering me?
There we go. Okay, there we go. But, yeah, I ended up finding out how, at least in my case, how my account got hacked. And that was because I ended up using the same password I had at the time. On, I think it was the GW Inc. site. The trade, because I think there was a site that was affiliated with GW Inc. that was sort of a trading site, to where you would go, where everybody would go to do the, to trade their, okay, there we go. Now we got finding the Bloodstone. Let's examine it. And so that's how it happened, because the site ended up getting hacked. And me, of course,
I want this done well. I want this done
being
right.
lax in my security at the time, didn't update my Guild Wars password at that point. So that's how they ended up getting into my account at that point, because they had hacked the site and used that password.
Questions?
Needless to say, I'm a bit more vigilant with that now. But you know, if anything good came out of it, is actually I actually ended up getting to talk to Gail Gray on the phone about the incident, because she ended up researching into it, because it was such a big.
How did you end up working for him?
In the wake of the White Mantle, my home, Kryta.
No, that I think you might have been talking about the guy who actually hacked Gail Gray's account a couple of years ago.
New allies
and
in order to tip the balance and finally bring peace.
So I think they ended up fixing. I don't know if they fixed that or not. I think he did a lot of social engineering to do that, but no, this was an RMT group that actually brute forced its way into a large number of accounts back in 2009.
It's worth dealing with his temper.
And so I actually, because I was active in the forums at that time, especially on Guru, and a lot of the people I was, connecting with on Guild Wars Guru were hit by this group too. by the support. It was, well, yeah, exactly, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was socially engineered, essentially. They actually gave her account out. is what happened. They basically just gave it away, essentially, because yeah, training or what have you. But yeah, I think there was something, because I remember reading something about that there was something in relation to that. Part of the reason why the dude did what he did was to call to attention to the fact that there was that whatever security hole or whatever it was with the accounts was actually pretty bad. Nothing. But yeah, that was really my first, because up to that point, Guild Wars was really the only MMO I played. I dabbled in Vanguard a little bit, but I really didn't, because I was so caught. All my playtime was in Guild Wars, so I really didn't. I wanted to get into Vanguard to try a different MMO, because Guild Wars at that point was my first MMO. So I wanted to see, well, let me try something else, and Vanguard looked interesting. So I ended up getting Vanguard when it launched, but I never really had. So I was trying to get to do everything in Guild Wars. I was just so caught up, my time caught up in Guild Wars. Never really did a whole lot in Vanguard, unfortunately. And of course now Vanguard is gone. But yeah, that was my first experience with what an RMT was. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Because I was just incredulous why anybody would do that, So I was like, why would people do something this to somebody else's account? So anyone who had an NCSoft account could lose. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, there was something about that too, because I remember that's why Gail had actually wanted to talk to me, because I actually had this account and my secondary account connected through NCSoft. And then I had bought copies of the game from my brother and sister, and I had those two accounts connected to my NCSoft account as well. But it was only this account that had actually gotten hit by the RMTs. And so that's why Gail had wanted to talk to me, because yeah, now that you mentioned it, that I think that was the big thing back then too, because only the one account got hit. So that's what they were investigating. Why the only the one account got hit when I had 4 accounts on my NCSoft account. And it turned out, because obviously at the time I talked to Gail, I didn't know, because at the time I had actually used the same password on all 4 accounts, and it was only the one that got hit. So that's how we eventually figured out that was because I had used the same email and password on the website. Of course, the email is different for each of the 4 accounts, but I ended up using the same password to set everything up. But yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that now. That does ring a bell. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, yep, I completely forgot about that until you mentioned it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's when and why they implemented the backup feature too, the backup imaging of the servers, so they could actually recover accounts back to a state before they were hacked or what have you. Because I remember that was one of their big announcements that, hey, look, we got this backup imaging now, so if anything happens to your account, we can actually recover it back to a state before whatever bad happened to it. So that was like a big relief off of everybody's shoulders for that. Then of course, after Guild Wars 2 launched, they completely let the system decay. I think the system ended up breaking, and by that time, nobody knew how to actually fix it. Everybody who had actually worked on it had already left Arena by that time. So I don't think that backup imaging actually even works anymore. So if anything bad happens to our accounts now, we're screwed again. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm so caught up in this story here. Oh, that's not what I want. I'm so caught up in the story here that I'm not paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. What are we supposed to be doing here? Inscribed sentries. Yeah, okay, yeah. We're just supposed to get down there to the inscribed sentries here. Incubus. But yeah, I certainly got an education on the RMT trade after that incident. But I was, it's fortunate that we've got such a good. That's right. We don't have bounty here. That Guild Wars is such a great community because I was able to actually recover, quote unquote, everything that I ended up losing off the account. Obviously, like the materials and that kind of stuff, but like some of the unique stuff that I lost, like I had an Icy Dragon sword that somebody traded to me, so I could have the Icy Dragon sword back. So there are a lot of great people out there in the community who, once I explain, hey, I'm looking for this item because it was stolen off my account, somebody would always raise, hey, I hold on, I think I got one. Here you go. It's like, oh man, you're totally cool. Because NC Soft, well, yeah, see that, yeah. Yeah, NC, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me about NC Soft at all. Yep. Because that was a big thing too. I think Aeon, because Aeon was caught up in that too. And I was reading some stuff. I was going through some of the forums and looking at some Reddits about Aeon. And people in Aeon were losing their accounts left and right. And NC Soft insisted it was their fault, the players' fault. The players were doing something wrong in terms of their accounts getting hacked. That it was the players' fault, because that's where I really started learning about what was really going on, was because it blew up in Aeon. Because I remember there were a couple of people saying that the computer that they used to play Aeon, that's all they did. They just played games on it. They never went to websites. They never shared passwords, all this stuff. So they knew it had to be the breach at NC Soft. Yep, NC Soft would never cop to it. I don't think they ever copped to it at all. I don't think they ever said, yeah, I don't think they ever eventually copped to it and said, yeah, it was actually a security breach on our end. I think they always denied it. Yeah, because I didn't realize it was actually affected Guild Wars. I do remember the whole hubbub about Aeon now. And that was, and of course, that was all around the same time that Sony got hacked. Right around that period. So what was it? Was it 20? Wasn't too long after. I think what? When did Sony get hacked? Was that 20? No, because Vanguard shut down in 2014. So it was before 2014. When was? I think that was 2010 or 2011, if I remember right. When SOE got hacked and they actually had to pull everything off. So I remember that because they had actually shut everything down, all their games, everything. You couldn't access anything for like I think a week or two because the breach was so bad at SOE. They had no way to fix it without stop it and then fix it without taking everything offline for a couple of weeks. And then I think it was SOE, and I think there was somebody else who got hit too. I forget which other company was hit too. I'm pretty sure there was one other one that got hit
I need
pretty
to extract
bad.
the essence. Beck, bring me a canopic jar. No, a jar, not a crystal, you idiot.
You should be using an ether crystal. Extracting with a jar is unsafe.
Don't lecture me about safety. You've always been too timid in your research, Beck. You never fail to disappoint me.
I swear if we didn't need him, I would shove him off a bridge.
I heard that. Livia, hold this while I make the extraction. This might
I don't-
hit a little.
If you're extracting the stone's
I'm trying to
essence,
think,
the
'cause I
energies
don't
could kill
remember.
Then get one of the other humans to do it. Don't bother me with trifles.
Vex right.
I know PayPal
You
has
should
had
use an ether
issues
crystal.
off and
It
on
would be safer.
throughout the
Ether
years,
crystals aren't free.
but I don't
Willing to
remember
take the
anything
risk
specific
on
about
cheap.
them.
That's what you think of my people. They have no value to you?
Not my problem. Are you going to help or not?
Trying to think.
You've had
did
mishaps
eBay?
before.
No,
You rush things and others pay
because
the
back then
price.
I was on.
This is
I was
wrong.
using
You're
PayPal and
wrong.
eBay at the time.
I refuse to
And
be a
then
part of
eBay
this.
started screwing around
I'm
with their
sorry.
fees, and I stopped
Fine.
using eBay.
Run off and leave me with the dirty work. Everyone wants results, but no one wants to pay the price. So who do I have to kill to get,
Get some
decent
decent help around here. I think Gadd was always has always been one of my favorites. All right, we got that one. All right, one more to go here, and Farazen will be good to go.